is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I'm here with the Porsche Eminence. I'm going to give you my quick take on this event. This is to win the Porsche 963, yet another Porsche to add to your garage. While these Porsches are cool, generally speaking in this game, Porsches are mediocre. The recent prize cars from this event chain or series has been quite good. Unfortunately, in my opinion, the latest prize or the biggest prize car of the series might be less interesting than the ones that we already have. All right, now, first lock-in is any old Porsche, really. That's the easy one. Once you get past a few races and you have to lock in number 2, you're now stuck using a specific Porsche. Now, the 959 SC is one of the cars that a tier 4 and a tier 5 can be used. I would use the tier 5 if you have obviously the tier 5 built. Not to say the tier 5 is special or anything, but the tier 4 is actually better if it comes to trying to beat, for example, Tempest or something like that, and live racing to some degree as a dyno beater. By the third lock-in, you have to start using prior prize cars. The 917K, an excellent live racer and overall Porsche. In fact, probably the best Porsche in the game at the moment. 962C, also an excellent live racer and good Porsche prize car. Again, in my opinion, in the end, it might end up being better than the prize car, the 963. Now, at this point, really, you should have gotten the 911 GT3 R 992 from the showdown. We'll look at that in a second. But that car, again, has to be built to win the final prize car. Once you get the prize car, of course, you can finish the event utilizing the prize car itself. That's typical of the structure of these events now. Expect that the first 4 lock-ins come pretty quick, and then there's a big long haul to race 70 to get the prize car. Now, if you look, we're looking at race 20, you're done. So there's literally 50 races, about 50 races here, 30. Let's just say race 30, you're done. If you don't have the cars built, or if you couldn't get the prize car here, you'd be done at 20. But by race 30, you have to have all the cars. They have to be built. And then you have basically 40 races to 70. And that's where you really need to have the cars built up to get through those 40 races. Expect that things are not going to be super difficult until about here. This is when they're going to try to stop you, because obviously you're not going to win a prize car with half-built cars. All these cars are going to have to be well built, if not fully built, for the first few. And then these two are probably the only ones that you can get away with 2 stage 6s and maybe not full fusion, but mostly full fusion. There's a related showdown, the Le Mans Porsche Eminence showdown, which from the prizes, that's where you get the car, right? 1400, you get the GT3 R, which is a nice, very nice looking Porsche, purple star. But again, I don't expect to see this car in live being really successful for long term. Maybe at first, when these new cars come out, people are going to run them in live and really try to have some fun with them. But pretty much this car is going to be mediocre at best in the long term. Sure, it has some Evo. With body stage 6, you can get high Evo. But it's kind of a late launch to drive car. It's not easy to win with. And it doesn't beat dyno that much, if at all. So until you figure out a tune that can break dyno with this thing, you're probably not going to get very far. Now, Natural Motion has all these cars doing 0 RPM launches to avoid dyno busters. So you'll get away with beating dyno maybe 2/10 at best with most of the newer cars. 5/10 is a big deal, but the good old dyno busting cars of the old days, well, 1 second, 2 second, 3 second dyno beaters, not so easy to tune nowadays with the new cars. Now, what about the cars you're going to use for running this event, for the showdown? Well, the Apex car looks like it's the Taycan Turbo S. I had thought there was talk of putting one of the 90s Porsches in as the Apex car. I don't see it here, so Taycan Turbo S is probably going to be your best bet. Remember, there are purple star versions of this car. I don't know if they're in. I don't have one, so I don't know if it's going to be allowed to be used. If it is, that'll be a little bit faster than the gold star version. But other than that, the rest of these guys are pretty much a lot slower. The RWB and the 911 Speedsters are there. These two guys are pretty close. I think a fully elite 911R is still not quite there. Not so sure about this guy. I think most of the rest of these tier 4s are definitely too slow. 911 GT2 993. I forgot about that one. This one might be decently quick, but again, I'm not so sure it's going to be quicker than what the Taycan Turbo S can run. So either the Taycan Turbo S or maybe the Touring might be up there in the overall top performers in the showdown. But again, once you get the 1400, you need to run the event to get through. You got to build that new 911 GT3 R with purple stars and probably, without a doubt, I would say, paid crates. So you're not going to be able to get through this event without using paid crates unless you just get really lucky in the event. But even if you get lucky and get the stage 6 body or transmission or whatever it is the top stage 6 is, I doubt one's going to get you through. So this is, again, kind of a, Natural Motion's way of tempting you with a good-looking, interesting card and then trying to reach into your pocket. But that's how the game works. As far as the 963 is concerned, it's not a bad card, but it's not going to be anything that would make or break your game. Just like the 911 GT3 R, again, looks great in the garage, but quite honestly, the prior 911, the R version of a car that was released, I'm trying to find it right now. That's a 911 GT3 R Rennsport, is a better live racer, in my opinion, in the future than this 911R that we're getting now. All right, well, that's kind of my review of this event and my take on it. Again, I think it's an interesting event to try to finish, but with any of these events, if you're not a paying player and you don't want to dig into your pocket, you're not missing out really all that much in the end if you don't get the car. Okay, on the account that I play for free for the most part, I don't get a lot of these prize cards, and quite honestly, it makes zero difference as far as progression in the game. I can make the same RP I make in my main account. The main difference is, you have an account that you can collect more cars and it looks cooler and you have a higher garage value. That's really all that extra effort and money is going to get you. All right, so I hope you'll have a good luck with the event and good chance at getting this. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like my channel and like this kind of video, subscribe, hit the bell, and you get notified when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.